or we not in the game to take punishment.
Oh.
He was turning this guy all night, and this guy know he didn't win. And was he tough? Very tough and rugged.
Shakur, shut me up. Real quick, Shakur. I'm right here. Shut me up. Shut me up. Hello.
For real.
I don't know why.
Just don't cry, bro. Don't cry afterwards.
I don't know why.
Please don't cry.
Right, he'll take it on the chin. He'll be all right.
You gonna cry, man.
Now watch this.
Man,
watch January 31st.
Pound for pound list, man,
after the fight, I want you to talk everything you've been talking since I've been baby.
Man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna show you.
Man, I wish it was tomorrow, man. I wish it was today, man.
Man, we could. I'm ready right now.
Shut you down.
I'm ready at any given time.
I'm tired of your mouth, bro.
Bro, you not like that.
Floyd Mayweather fired back at Teofimo Lopez during the press conference, basically reminding him that talking loud doesn't change what happens once timing and discipline show up.
I'm locked in. I put in the work Saturday night. All of my work is gonna take care of itself. So could bring whatever he want. He can come in pressure, do whatever he gotta do. He's just gonna bring out the best in me.
You fight, man, because you just want everybody to think you're the best, man. You never fought nobody.
Senior, do not fall when you get in the ring this
Nobody
time,
like
bro.
my son.
I don't want to see
Nobody
that.
like my son.
Stay on your feet.
Bro, he faster, quicker, smarter.
Gotta have it in control.
More entertaining. More entertaining.
Oh, snap.
Shut up, man.
Bigger.
That double stepping that you do, bro, I got that shit
you're
figured
so
out.
Mad. I'm under your
Keep
skin,
on
I know that.
Then Teofimo Sr. jumped in with full conviction, saying they're going to beat Shakur and freeze him the same way Lomachenko got frozen. Like this is a sequel they already wrote in their heads.
I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it, baby.
I don't think y'all did
you.
either. I ain't seen.
Not on my son.
I ain't seen Lomachenko throw no punches.
You
for
never
6
been on a big
rounds.
stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches for
You
6
never been
rounds.
on a big stage like
I
this.
didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
Because we
for 6
froze him.
rounds. Okay, you gonna see.
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel in.
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
Okay.
My son fought without no air. My son fought without no air against Cambosis.
You can't fight for your son. You can't fight for your son.
You gonna tell me, man? Come on.
You can't fight for your son.
I bet you gonna quit.
Yeah, okay, you gonna see.
That's when the temperature shifted because Shakur didn't bark. He smiled and said he's going to expose Timo. And that calm confidence hit harder than any insult.
Where are the weaknesses? Where are some of the weaknesses in his game?
A lot of the weaknesses is in his mental. I think it's more mental than anything again. I'm going to expose it.
You said in your last fight that you proved you were a dog against William Zepeda. What do you want to prove in this one?
That I'm the best. I want to show the world that I'm the best. After this fight, I want to be considered top 5 pound for pound fighter in the sport. And
you could feel the contrast instantly. One side selling belief and bravado, the other side selling inevitability. It stopped sounding like trash talk and started sounding like clashing philosophies. Pressure versus precision.
What was it about Tio that you gave yourself like the eye? This is the one I want him, right? Because I'm sure you at a point where you got options, like you could pick, you could pick and choose. Yeah, I know. Why? What was it about him that you was like, all right, this is the one? Made you want to?
He's on top of his game, bro. I said his last fight in front of New York City.
Times Square, yeah.
He fought Arnold Barboza. He was sharp.
He was stacked. What's my boy name that was dead? Said
one of the 5-4 kings, whatever they want to call it. So he on top of his game, bro. So if I see somebody on top of their game, my competitive edge just kick in. It's like, okay, I already vision right then and there that I want to fight him. Like I want to be in front of him and see how my style do with his style. So it's more so just.
They both have a high level of confidence. Naturally, I think Timo is stronger and has more athleticism than Shakur. Timo has a good IQ on the sport itself, but Shakur, I feel like he's a smarter and more technical fighter. I'm not saying he's a square or a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned and poised.
It can't be too technical with Shakur. You gotta make it a little ugly. You gotta make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. You know, certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's gonna face next, and that's of me. So, I definitely, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate.
I feel like he's mentally more mature. He doesn't go outside of the boundaries or take risks. A lot of the time you'll see him fight stiffer competition, and it will wind up being a boring fight to a degree. That's why everyone is criticizing him. He's a careful fighter against Timo. I feel that he's going to be a careful fighter.
I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters. And again, you really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
Yes.
And just because he's a careful fighter, it doesn't mean that he isn't punctual with how he does things. Shakur has a lot in his arsenal that he can use to make him victorious. As does Teofimo. If I had to give you my honest opinion, if Timo shows up and is ready to fight just like how he fought against Vasily Lomachenko, he'll win.
So Teo did to Lomachenko, and one of the things that I think that gets lost in that fight against Lomachenko is Teo threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight.
Yeah, no question. Even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that was dangerous actually, and it looked like an...
You saw what Teo did to Lomachenko. One of the things that I think gets lost in that fight against Lomachenko is that Teo threw more than 100 punches in the final round to make sure he won that fight. Yeah, no question. Even in the loss that he had against Kambosos, where he had a puncture, it looked like he had some medical condition in his esophagus that was dangerous.
Me and Shakur became really close at a young age. I think we was about 13.
Yeah.
And me and him started off beefing at first, because I was one of the guys that was I started boxing a little later than guys like Shakur. I started boxing 12.
Oh, okay.
Shakur and them guys was boxing at 5, 7.
And that matters because when he says Shakur is on another level, it's not fandom, it's memory. When Hitchens says Timo is gifted but not on Shakur's boxing level, that's not disrespect. That's the perspective from someone who's lived inside Shakur's rhythm and survived it.
At the end of the day...
You think it's competitive though? It's close?
Yeah, I think it can be competitive.
Yeah.
Tio is real gifted. Shakur is real defensive. And, I feel like when a fight is super defensive, it can play against you also.
I love how Richardson didn't pretend this is easy because he still gave Teo his respect, calling him decorated and dangerous, but he kept circling back to the same truth boxing why Shakur is different. And when he said Teo told him Shakur isn't used to him, you could feel Richardson smiling through that quote yeah, we'll see, because familiarity cuts both ways. What really jumped out was Hitchens admitting that being too defensive can backfire, but then immediately reminding you that Shakur isn't just defensive. He's a high problem solver, which is a huge distinction people miss. And the confidence wasn't loud, it was calm, almost bored, like he already knows how this movie usually ends.
If you go in there trying to be really defensive, it can play against you, but Shakur's a high-level boxer, and Teo ain't on Shakur level. Teo know that, and like I told Teo when I see him, I said it's different. He told me that me and Shakur is used to each other. That's why I feel like it's different. He said Shakur not used to him. So in 2 weeks, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Teo is a 3.5.
Teo, if you were supposed to somehow win, fight me. Fight me. That's the fight that I want.
When Richardson said it's different, that wasn't trash talk. That was a warning. The kind fighters give when they've seen what happens once the bell rings and instincts take over. Even when he joked about fighting Teo himself, if the upset somehow happened, you could hear the certainty underneath. This fight isn't about hope or hype. It's about skill showing up on time. Hitchens didn't sell drama. He sold reality. And reality says Teofimo has to be perfect for 12 rounds, while Shakur just has to be himself. And if you've been around long enough, you know which of those is harder.
But they said they have a game plan. They said they know how they're going to beat Shakur. We'll see, man. Teofimo's a tremendous fighter at the end of the day. I got to give ultimate respect to him because he is one of the most decorated young fighters in the sport today. And it's not going to be an easy task for Shakur, but I just feel like Shakur, when it comes to boxing, Teofimo's not better than him, so.
And right after Richardson framed this as a skill gap you only understand if you grew up inside it, Gary Russell Jr. comes in sounding like the guy who's seen both sides of the storm and isn't impressed by highlight reels. Gary said it clean. Intellect over athleticism. And I love that because that's not a diss to Teofimo. That's a warning label. He's basically telling you, yeah, Teo is explosive, gifted, and dangerous, but explosions don't scare thinkers who know where the exits are. At the same time, Gary didn't sugarcoat it for Shakur either. because he flat out said, "This turns ugly if Timo applies controlled chaos." And that phrase matters. Gary wasn't talking about wild swings. He was talking about pressure with purpose. 4 or 5 punches, closing distance, touching first, making judges lean forward. When Gary brought up Lomachenko, that wasn't nostalgia. That was a blueprint because he's saying Teo already proved he can disrupt a master boxer if he commits in spurts instead of posing.